Hello, sexy souls. Okay, whatever. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo, where I'm weird and we all get a little woo woo. It's been a hot minute. Things happen in such a way that could, like, I had technical difficulties, Mercury retrograde, right? I could blame it on a million things, but I think that it was being like I was being made to hold off. Oh, hold on. How can you? Son of a biscuit eater. There we go. So you can see my thing. Well, I don't think my head really matters, but we'll go like this. How's that? Um, so there is a reason. There is a reason. I could feel like um either I wasn't supposed to discuss certain things because I have more information when we talk about like I call it the macro meta levels of society and the things that will be happening. So I have videos for that too. If you haven't checked out the other ones, there's predictions for 2026 as far as national and global. Okay, so we're gonna just do a regular energy check in. And see what comes up. I do anticipate being on here much more this week. They are definitely showing me coming on very frequently. So I'm like, already. So much so that I was like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this and first. And they were like, nah, this is like it just felt right to hurry up and come on. So I was like, okay. And I'm not one to like if spirits like do this and then I jump. I don't do that, but this felt really like I don't know how to explain it. The most appropriate thing to do with my time at this moment. So some people may be experiencing tunnel sound, like when the sound in your ears go off and like you feel like you're in a tunnel. That's for somebody. I did previously state in some of my other channelings and readings that there was something about February leading up to March. And I did mention previously that something major was happening in March that felt like it impacted things globally, kind of the same way in in 2020 the pan did. Um, I don't know what I am and am not allowed to say. So um according to YouTube. We notice we have seen something happening. Um, also told you all that the last 2 weeks of February were going to be very busy. Like it was like what could have been done in a month is going to be crammed into 2 weeks, and there's going to be a lot of preparation, a lot of things happening. That also occurred globally. And it was all set up for March. March is something, but can I just tell you, it feels as though um between March and June is going to be massive, which is where I think going in and listening to the predictions for 2026 that I did. It was about an hour long. It was necessary. I have more. And so I think as I get them, I'm just gonna come on and do like 10-minute videos so that not everything is in one video. But I had sat on it long enough and it was like too many things they were giving me were true and unfolding. So I was like, I'm just gonna share it and we're gonna watch the timelines unfold and see and hopefully whatever they give me gives us the aptitude or the ability, whatever you want to navigate, but also impact these timelines in the direction that we want them to go. Right. So, anyways, let's go ahead and check in. Reminder, you are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. My recommendation to you is to never Cinderella it to make it fit. Okay. Okay. So, we're going to go with Night Sun Tarot starting out. I am being guided to tell people if you have anything on your altar, there's several things here. Okay, we're going to start with channelings. If you have an altar in your home, if there's anything on your altar that can be placed back outside, uh, dried up mushrooms, moss, acorns, any of those things. Now is the time to take them back outside and replenish them, put them into the, you know, crystals, anything to do with like spring. We want to take them back outside. Um, because things are going to come back to life. Now, they're just this is what happens when you go 2 weeks without getting anything. They had me over the weekend eating pomegranates. As you all know, that's in alignment with um, Persephone, the nymph of springtime, and brings life back to this earth. Um, but they're just it's like a reminder to take those things outside. There's something ceremonial about that. In doing that, they're also giving me, and this is something that they've given me, and this is not true for everywhere. But just before spring, lily of the valley starts to pop up, especially near creeks and things like that. But the first true sign, at least in the United States, of spring is here is when the daffodils pop up. Look for, I don't know who this is for, but it all happens when you see the first yellow flower of the daffodil. If you don't know what a daffodil is, look at it, find out what it is, the one where it does not break ground the exact same time every year. It is the number one indicator that spring is here. Can you still have a little bit of cold weather after it pops? Yes, but it means everything is in transition. Okay. Sometimes around here it pops up in February and the weather follows suit, and so does all the other plants. It's kind of like because it stays it's a bulb that stays in the ground all winter. Um, it looks like this. Shit, I forgot I have them on here. This is dried up. It's a daffodil. Hold on, let me show you what the daffodils look like when they're dried up. This is from last spring. So even these, like I have, oh, that one just fell out. This goes outside, these seeds. So it's kind of like the indicator in my area where everything else is about to, okay. But there's something that it's going to indicate personally. And so that's what I want to say is they're telling me to tell you to look for the daffodils. Something about as soon as you see the very first blossom, and again, different flowers, different areas, um, in different countries, kind of thing. Whatever that one flower is that tells you everything else is about to go, like domino effect, isn't necessarily an indicator that you won't have any cold weather, but it is like everything's going to start. Um, look for that. It too is an indicator as a timing for you, is what they're saying. But also, um, putting things back out into nature that you brought in during the winter time or during cold periods. And I understand that some places are about to go into their cold period. Um, but they're giving me very specifically putting things back out into nature because something's about to blossom because it's time. So, I don't know. I don't know. For some people, that's going to matter. That message matters. So, but timing is also when you see the first daffodil. I would say with crystals, then your timing has already started. I have seen the greenery popping up because these have like stems and these very specific leaves that pop up with the daffodils. But the buds have not yet broken through. So it's like any day now. in my area any day now. But specifically, you got to see the bud. Alrighty, we have the Queen of Cups with the Page of Cups coming out. And Nine of Wands. I just heard regular, degular. It's like a little weird saying, just like, oh, it's just it's an everyday thing. It's just a regular old whatever. Like it's a saying here where I like regular, degular. We have a Queen of Cups, and the Page of Cups is coming in to hand the Queen of Cups something. Queen of Cups is pregnant, much like the I'm all up in your grill. Much like the Empress would be. Somebody is like swimming in intuition, connection with the divine. Somebody has a very open and flowing channel of communication with the etheric, is the way I would say it. Very much so. Wherever this Page of Cups is coming from, also, all those waters, also. Page of Cups is acting as an initiate or initiator, an initiator. The Nine of Wands is kind of like this dude is building his it's like a shield, like a when I can't remember what era it is, but when they would go to war, they would have these shields, whether wooden, steel, like this happens a lot, where it goes from the ground to say like 5 feet ahead of them. And so it's like in front of them as they're advancing. There's something like that. There's some cautionary or precautionary efforts being made. It'll come together. This is one of those days, guys, where it's like beep, 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 beep. And at the end, everything makes sense. And this might be how messages are coming through for you. Because your channel is so crystal clear, a lot's coming through. It's like boom, 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 boom. And it's up to you to make sense of everything. So you might be getting information very quickly. I would say there's something very okay. They're having me put the Nine of Wands with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. That is to me saying there's something very shielded or protected in regards to this, or that you need to protect this. The next one that comes out is the Two of Cups. That is going to be the overall energy, and then we have 3 cards on the other side. So anytime there is a center card, that is the overall energy of the entire reading. Okay. This is also with the Fool. There's the fucking Empress. But with this particular Empress, see how the Queen of Cups, we're just going to go fast. Queen of Cups is pregnant here. That's normally in other decks, the Empress. This Empress is no longer pregnant because the egg is broken, which means the new beginning has begun. It has started. So that's the reason why they're bringing me to the daffodils. Like that's a timing for something that is like if you're wondering when something's going to be given birth in your life, that is when it's going to be given birth. It is like a mile marker, like when you go like on a trail, there's mile markers to tell you exactly where you're at. That is an indicator. We have the Star card. Something's supposed to come together. 2 things. It's like they're showing me magnets, 2 things. So this can be people, but this also it just feels like something that is like 2 magnets, 2 things, like something that's supposed to come together in unison for somebody. So it feels as if it's like something's supposed to initiate. Like the Queen of Cups is waiting to birth something into reality. Is in direct communication with their higher self, into like their intuition, spirit, universe, blah, 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 angels, whatever you want to call it. There is something that's going to be come through. There's some energy so much. I go, ooh, ooh." When I start talking like that, I can't. I keep stopping because more is coming in. I'm like, okay, slow down, slow down. Something gets initiated with the Page of Cups. It's an initiator, so something has to be initiated. Somebody has may have been guarded or is taking precautionary steps. Like there's some things that precautions. Okay, there are precautions that need to be taken prior to this initiation. So something is being initiated. Precautions are being taken so that this initiation, this beginning, is kind of like protected in a way from strays. They're giving me strays. So again, they're showing me that big shield when people are advancing on the field, and like they're like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Like the shields are all together, so the arrows and shit that come through can't pierce them. Like they can continue. So needs to be whatever is being initiated needs to be able to advance without being intercepted, interrupted, targeted, whatever it is. So there have been some precautions or some preliminary things that have been put in place to protect it. Okay. Um, so that's to me saying that there was some kind of like prior work before this, whatever this is. I don't want to say what it is just yet for whatever reason, but it initiates something with the Queen of Cups. Okay. It all surrounds something coming together that's in alignment, that's meant to come together like magnets. It is a brand new beginning. It does require a leap of faith. There's some risk surrounding it, or at least perceived risk, but it's a completely brand new path. It's like going on a fool's journey. Um, but it positions somebody. It's like somebody elevates from Queen of Cups with potential and crystal clear connection to something begins. The egg is broken. Um, and again, places you in a higher position. I don't like higher. Put you in a different position. It's elevating you in some degree. Star card is kind of like I'm getting a bit of like home energy. I'm getting wish fulfillment. I'm also getting guidance along the path. And I'm trying to figure out where they want to land on that. At the bottom of the deck, we have the lovers. I got lovers, then the death card, then the hanged man, almost as if something had to change up. Something had to end in order. So there was may have been a delay. So again, there were precautionary measures taken to protect something. And it feels more like it doesn't necessarily like to protect, you know. I know, it's like so you don't catch any strays. So this could be loose ends that had to be tied up and taken care of so that those loose ends didn't do anything to mar this initiation. And you know, like the page is like it's the friendly beginning to something. It is the the feeler almost, right? Page of Cups can indicate friendships. but it also talks about like a very innocent new beginning. Um, Something sincere and very pure, kind of like being brought to the Queen of Cups. And it feels as though, like, some way it could have been tarnished and made to seem not sincere, not pure, not genuine, um, messy in a way. So some things were, but it also with the shield, it's kind of like, they're showing me the battlefield good, and like they would have hordes of soldiers behind those shields, right? They would be like edge to edge and tall, so nothing could come through. And so the opposing person throwing the shots really doesn't know what exactly is going on behind those shields. How many people, uh uh the what their weaponry is, what's actually happening. So this kind of blocks out, I feel as if it's like the reason you don't catch strays is because it's like knowing something is coming and something's happening, but not knowing exactly. And so if, oh, they're giving me something, you have a really clear channel of communication. You're almost sitting, dripping wet in a spiritual knowing, in guidance, in your intuition. And I feel as though there may be certain things you've not done that they, because you would have received this like precautionary preliminary things that you may think that doesn't even make sense. Why would I even need that? You know what I mean? And why would I need to do that? If you're getting instruction from spirit, right now is the time to do everything. And when I say everything, I want you to look me in my eyes. Everything, everything to a T. I don't care if it sounds stupid or you logically can't figure out how that would even matter and why can't because these are preliminary precautionary steps that are being taken to kind of like keep something pure, sacred, unmessed with, right? That's coming towards you. Uh, it's almost like a protection that allows this to come towards you. So you may be thinking, that shit don't make no sense. I'll get to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You should have got to it yesterday. You should have got to it 2 weeks ago. You should have done it already. When spirit says to do this, do it. Okay. That might be why there was the delay. Some loose ends, loose ends. Again, you may not think that shouldn't have any bearing. That doesn't really matter. Why do I got to do that? Okay. Okay. Do as you are told right now. Because it's a precautionary measure to protect something. Okay. Okay. I want to know more about the star, please, because that's a bit ambiguous right now. I'm trying to figure that one out. And I think this is also like, this does refer. I said you're being guided, so spirit's kind of like, if you want this new beginning to happen and you want it to be abundant and come into reality and things to elevate or move along, you're gonna have to follow the guidance that you're given for sure. Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, because somebody's gonna try to. I feel as if it's like if there's anybody that's scorned or anybody that's unhappy with something or anything that any kind of like negative whatever, like somebody feels there's somebody somewhere that feels slighted by something, and they will pull shit out their ass. Seven of Swords talks about lies, deceptions, manipulations of truth, kind of like storytelling, stabbing in the back. So, if this is love, there must be some things that need to be tied up, loose ends, so that those loose ends other people cannot use to kind of like they're showing me a noose, like hang you with kind of thing. That's metaphorical, not literal. Okay. Um, They're showing me the two people with the swords up. That's truth. That's honesty. That's transparency. That's clarity. These two individuals are going to be that way with each other. But I feel like there's a third energy, right? Who's been scorned, who would make up rumors, lies, who would take a smidge of truth and try to manipulate it to to create deception and things like that. So if you don't tie up loose ends, somebody's going to use those loose ends to trip this up, to create issues for it. Okay. And they're showing me like it really is like somebody feels like that there's no way that could play into any like how's that going to cause, but it does. Okay. Alrighty. So it's very pertinent for you to do things as they're telling you to do them. We have the 10 of Wands. Um, you go from the 10 to the ace, right? This is supposed to be a very passionate, new beginning, life giving new beginning. Here's that egg that gets broken, right? See, each star is 5 wands. It's a 5 pointed star. So, 5 of wands, 5 of wands. It was a struggle for both to get here. That's what I'm getting. And it's like both having to navigate the world without the type of support and assistance that they deserve. So it's two 5 of wands coming together. Like it is the quintessential idea that no longer doing something on their own, not carrying a burden by themselves. We have the Queen of Swords. Something's been a struggle. 'Cause again, we've got the Queen of Swords with the heart in the cage. So people have been moving here, utilizing this. Um, the sword's pointed down, but it's in her. She's kind of like assessing it. You know, when you flip a sword to see how sharp it is. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. This extended period of doing something on your own, waiting for this new beginning to begin, the egg to hatch. For something, there is a sense of if it doesn't make logical sense, you're not doing it. Like somebody's too in their head, and that is impeding this offer. So the Page of Cups is also the Knight of Pentacles. And it's leaving something very ambiguous. Seven of Cups. You're kind of like put this up. I want a different deck. So now that we have this established, the Spirit is saying, if you want the new beginning to start, if you want to be elevated into the position that you know that you should be in, and that things are coming to you easily, and that this begins already, something begins, and comes into your reality, you have to follow the guidance that you're being given to a T. Period, point blank. I did not anticipate that. We're doing the fuck is this called? Starman Tarot. Jeez God. I can feel somebody be like, how the fuck me not doing X, Y, and Z? Because you know exactly what they're talking about. Because it almost feels like you've been nagged about this, and you're like, okay, okay, okay. And it's like you are slowing something down by not taking care of this. They will not let it come in until you take care of these loose ends. And to you, it's like, why does that even matter? And it's like, it matters. I promise. Because there's some third energy that would want to use those loose ends to mar this pure, genuine, sincere initiation between you and something else. They want to muck it up. Somebody else that feels slighted. So we got the Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles. And as long as you sit here and hem and haw, Two of Swords is that liminal space without actually doing something. You're kind of just sitting and waiting. I mean, nothing is moving forward. Five of Pentacles. You're gonna, like, I promise you, nothing's gonna happen as long as you sit and hem and haw. Four of Cups. You want something to move forward. You're waiting for something to move forward. I don't know if you feel so detached from your current reality that you're so detached from something that you can't imagine. They're showing me everything from um like maybe you're supposed to close out social media accounts. Okay. They're showing me and these are very American things right now, like your credit score, like you need to go in and challenge certain things. There might be certain paperwork, like things that could stop or mar a situation. Let's say let's say before you get a particular job, you need to clean up your social media or you need to get off of it completely. Um, uh, because somehow somebody will try to use that to stop something that's supposed to come together, or your credit, like maybe you're supposed to move and they're like, you know, like you need to get certain things off your credit, which some simple task that you're supposed to do, right? In order to be able to, when you move, so that your credit looks better. I know not everybody does that in every country, but like I'm trying to think of things that's kind of like loose ends that you're like, why is that even like, I'll take care of it, I'll do it. Like they're like, nothing. We're not letting anything move forward. So when you think of loose ends, it's kind of like, why does that even matter? And you may even think like with a job, you're like, well, screw it, I don't want the job if I have to do all that. They're like, Stop that." You'll understand why later. You'll understand how something can be. I feel like it's maybe both. Like whoever the initiator is, the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, same person, like they've had to clean some things up and you have to do things on your end as well. It just feels like, again, some precautionary steps. Um you're just sitting here like in apathy, like why is it not happening? Why is it and it's you. They're really not happy. Yeah, you're holding yourself back. You're the thing that's imposing this limitation. Nothing else. Nothing else. Page of Wands. This will not begin. This golden opportunity, this golden egg will not begin until and will not arrive until you take care of that. Page of Wands. This is meant to happen. So if you're like this shit should have happened and it didn't, Spirit's like, you Do what we said. Okay. How do we move on from that? Because I feel like we've made it abundantly clear that there's something that they need to take care of. They know exactly what the fuck it is. Justice. They're telling me the devil's in the details. So again, you think that this is minuscule, whatever it is, but it's the thing that would be used to create disharmony, right? It's kind of like having shields, but then like having big gaps between them. And it's like, or they're not tall enough. It's like, no, we need to make sure this is safe and secure. They're showing me the head and the heart. It's kind of like your head is fucking it up for your heart. This is something you want, you desire, you long for, you yearn for, and they're like, your brain is like, that didn't make any sense. Like, just do it. Is all it is. Just fucking do it. What happens when they do? We have the alien, the hanged man, Seven Pentacles. The thing that's taken so long will happen. Will break ground. Okay? Alien. You really need to take a different perspective about this. I mean, the hanged man really is look at it differently. It's just the idea. There's something very prideful, egoic, or just like you're so like you're. It's not that you're impatient, but you are. It's kind of like a teenager. It's like pathological demand avoidance is what's happening. Like a teenager already doesn't want to do it, but when you fucking tell them to do it, but they also want to go to the movies and they want to go here and they want to go there, but like you ain't done any of the other shit to earn your way to that. You know what I mean? Like so, right? It's kind of like that. Like somebody is because alien is the Temperance card. It is the guidance. You have spirit guiding you. And they're saying, "Please just trust us because we've gone." It's kind of like Marvel, like Doctor Strange, where he goes down all the timelines and evaluates all the ways that something, how to make sure something turns out the most positive way. And he's like, "There's only one way. You got to do this." It's kind of like that. It's like spirit knows. Like, come on now. Like spirit, the alien, temperance can see things you can't. They're looking at it from a different perspective, where they can see everything. All the timelines, all the potentialities, all the little hiccups. And they're saying, please take care of this shit. If somebody is very much in there and yeah, and then something can break ground. There's the King of Cups. No, yeah, King of Cups on the bottom. That's way too many. I'm not doing that. So somebody's just acting like there's the Three of Swords. It's like don't blame you being upset that something hasn't happened on spirit. Don't do it. Fucking don't do it. Not their fault. You're like, when's this gonna happen? And they're like, seriously? Okay. So now that we understand that they better do this and that it's not gonna happen until they do this, is this something that they can I feel like this is also something you could do that wouldn't take very much time. This is also the thing that spirit's a little irritated. Like, are you shitting me? Just fucking do it. Like, I feel like a mom right now. This is me with my kids. I'm like, you're literally just making this take a lot fucking longer. Like, you could have had this done already if you weren't fiddle fucking farting around. But they'll sit there and complain the entire time. I'm like, you could be done with this by now. You may even be asking spirit for like, okay, like what's next? When like how's this gonna and they're not giving you anything else. And that's pissing you off because you're like, I don't wanna like I'll do this when I get good and ready, and then so you get nothing else. Does that make sense? So you might be they might be silent because you're like, what about Queen of Cups? What about blah, blah, blah? And they're like, I ain't telling you shit until you do what I fucking told you the first time. It's like if you gonna act like a child, we're gonna treat you like a child. I definitely feel as if it's like, and you know this. This is the thing. They're like, you are the Queen of Cups. You pretend like you don't fucking hear us and that you don't know why you should do this because it's not as if they're keeping it a secret. They're like, this is necessary. Just because your logical fucking mind can't puzzle piece this shit together to figure out why. Like you damn well know. You've been in this game long enough. You've seen where if you do what we say, certain things unfold. And you also know that when you get to the other side, you're like, oh, that's why we had to do that. You literally just playing games right now with them and they're getting irritated at you. Rightfully so, I would say. Rightfully so. Eight of Pentacles. Get to work. Get to fucking work. Oh my god. They're not gonna go anywhere else with this. I'm like, hey, well, what happened? I ain't fucking telling you shit. I ain't telling you shit. Do what I told you to do. I swear to God, if you don't do what it's that kind of energy. But this is about something coming together. This is about something actually starting in your reality. So if something hasn't shown up in your reality that you're like, where the fuck is it? You haven't done what they've asked you to do. We're gonna do another reading because I feel like we've just spent umpteen amounts of time. Yeah. I was like, where's the timer? They have changed the way things look up top. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the timer. I was like, where is it at? Everything looks different now. Okay. Um, it's funny. I'm gonna tell you what. The daffodil, something's supposed to start soon. Because I told y'all, like, they're already starting to sprout, and I feel like the counter is that's why I was looking for the counter. Like, I feel like it's counting down right now, guys. Like, times that they're like, "We're not telling you jack shit if you don't get the like, you better get it done now." I feel like you had plenty of time to get it done. It kind of like administrative or like, let's say like, oh, you wanna move, but you haven't, like, thrown out a bunch of shit from your house. Like, there's preparatory work that secures something that you should have done, and you've not done it all, as they're saying. You've done some, you've not done it all. And then you run out of time because this shit's gonna pop ground very soon. And they ain't gonna tell you jack shit else. So you can sit there and be like, how come you're so quiet? What's going on? Da-da-da." Like you fucking know. Because the channel's perfectly clear. You're like soaking in the etheric energy. And so you know damn good and well it's not that anything's blocking the channel. It's not that something is trying to intercept or create it where you can't hear. You fucking know they're standing right there going, you know that they're being quiet on purpose. And I feel the energy of a changer, like, where it's like, they're like, "Can I go da-da-da?" And it's like, "Not until you do this." And they're like, "Oh, oh my god." And they just, you're stomping your feet and dragging them. And it's like, "I just wanna go to so and so's." Well, you could have gone to so and so's 2 hours ago if you'd have just fucking finished what I asked you to do. But now, you just, "I can't. I can't." I don't know what earthly energy is bugging the shit out of you, but I swear to God, I can't pinpoint why you haven't done it. In this energy, it just feels like pathological demand avoidance. It's kind of like, how like my kids, y'all don't know this, but my kids, we have a cleaning day, and they'll be strong. They're going with it. They got it. They got it. They got it. The closer they get to the end of the tasks they're supposed to do, the slower them motherfuckers go. And the more they, "Oh, I can't. It's so much. When will I be done?" When you're done, ding dong, why are you slowing down? Y'all, get for real. Hello. Um, Woman, I don't know. Ooh, yes, spread the lavender outside. Okay, now we're gonna do a completely separate. I'm about to do my bell. Ring my bell, so I can clear the energy. It's a handmade bell, guys. So take your earbuds out because it gets loud. Turn the volume down. It's just a. I know it's not one of those little ding. I don't give a shit. It's handmade to a very particular frequency. I like that better. When something's infused with. Anywho's, okay. All right. Let's get rid of that fucking energy. Good God. I know there's more to that. Like, irritated. Irritated. Can I just tell you? They're irritated. All right. We're going to start with Hermetic Tarot. Because that was. Right? Come on, people. I just heard, sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. Some shit. I might be singing that. Like the verses are probably not in order. All right, guys, let's get this. So we're doing energy check-ins, right? For the week. And so I feel like there's something about tomorrow. Yeah, the sun will come out tomorrow. Oh, a delay? Why is it so delayed? All right, like let me tell you. Why is it so delayed? Knight of Swords, Six of Swords. That god dang it. Oh, that's a big fucking change. Knight of Swords is the pivot card. It is the 180. It is the one where change happens and something is severed irrevocably, right? It is the cutting away of things so that the path, so that something can move forward. It is the quintessential change card. It would be, if it was numerology, it'd be 555. Although it's like one of the fives. Listen to me. Because this isn't the kind where it's like five of wands, where there's a lot of chaos with it. This is very clear cut. Like it is, and the change happens. Six of Swords is a transformation, is a transformative energy. It does talk about it has a slightly a bit more of a process because it's going from rocky to calm waters. So if they brought out the Six of Swords alone, honest to God, it would feel like, oh, it's transitory. That's why they're saying tomorrow. So I think that because that's a very quick turnaround. There's a very quick turnaround on some kind of change or transition that's happening. Something that in a lot of other scenarios might be a bit of a process, Six of Swords, is going to happen instantaneously, like a 24-hour turnaround. So something that in a lot of other scenarios or situations or at other times in life could take a bit, this one is absolutely not. It is a very stark contrast and change. We have King of, hold on. I picked this up. Sorry, guys. I picked up the whole deck backwards. My bad. My yellow candle's making noise. I'm confused because I'm not certain that I'm supposed to have this. It feels like there's better cards to describe something. It might be spirit saying that. It feels a little weird. Four of Swords reminds me of the Six of Swords, though. Both of those can talk about travel, movement. Four of Swords, and this does say rest from strife. We're going to put this in here. I'm going to shuffle it and hold the deck correctly. And then pull some cards and see if they come back out. But obviously, they're supposed to be out. Something felt a little like those are not the right cards. There might be something to that. Four of Swords does talk about rest also. Like just taking a time out. A quick turnaround like this doesn't feel like you get much rest, though. Let's find out. That candle's making a shit ton of noise. It's not even remotely close to being at the end. It's still got lots of. I'm gonna put it over here so you can hear it. I've got orange and yellow out today. That might be pertinent for somebody. Six of Cups, Nine of Cups. Do y'all hear that? Can you hear this? That motherfucker just made noise. This one just made noise. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna keep going really quick. Six of Cups, Nine of Cups. I heard a highly favored wish. I don't know what that's about. On the split earlier, I saw the Magician with the Three of Wands, which is like a manifestation, a desire, or something that you've worked towards coming in. That's your ship's coming in. It's receiving that. And then the Six of Cups with the Nine of Cups, highly favored wish. Six of Cups is kind of like um, has that sense of like a childhood dream, a childhood, a long-standing wish, um, a wish like that's a part of your soul contract. Six of Cups is like soul level connections, situations, contracts, things like that. For some of you, you might call it like a blueprint. I don't necessarily call it a blueprint, but they're giving me the word part of your soul blueprint. We have a black cat. That solid black cat right outside my window. That's for somebody. Three of Swords, Eight of Swords. Um, Three of Swords feels like some kind of like it's a separation. Eight of Swords is like some kind of separation or lack thereof, or some kind of like difficult situation acted as a s- caused. Eight of Swords is not like it's self-imposed. Shortened force is what this card is called. Shortened force. So it kind of like I feel like pulled back on something happening. And the card that came out with is Two of Cups. There was something, either a separation or some kind of grievance that occurred that had somebody holding back from, or that kind of like I see like a dog moving forward and like but he's got like a collar and a leash and he hits the end of it and he kind of like bounces back like he could only go so far. Like couldn't it it like on a tight leash. Something was on a tight leash. Something or someone was on a tight leash. We have the Four of Pentacles over here, guys. Okay. I don't know why things are coming out the way they're coming out, but okay, whatever. This says earthly power. This is some sense of like balance materially or within your life. Some kind of balance had to be attained um, because somebody was on like a short leash. Fuck. Talk to me about the Four of Pentacles because this does. The fuck? I cuss, guys. We have the Ace of Cups with the Five of Wands. I just heard struggle bus. There was somebody was on a struggle bus. I think that's the shortened leash. This is like a volatile love. This is like fights, arguments, clashing, chaotic, blah 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 blah. Okay. What's that got to do with it? Well, fuck me. We have the King of Swords with the Ten of Cups. So Knight of Swords, like something happens overnight. Something that is normally a process happens almost instantaneously. There is a separation that has occurred here. That it's almost like a severance occurs instantaneously. This is like something that could be a long drawn out process is not. But with the Six of Swords, it feels like maybe it's some like maybe there's been the process has already occurred. Like somebody initiated a process to separate from something or someone a period of time ago, and then all of a sudden, poof, it is done, dead, over with. Like it's severed completely. Like something may have been taking some time, and they could potentially draw it out even longer. But somebody uses they cut this loose. It is a 180. It is, I'm done. They cut it loose. Knight of Swords. This is a very quick turnaround on a change. So something may have been taking some time, and then all of a sudden, somebody's like, fuck this. This is causing me to be on a shortened leash. Like, it really impeded their ability to do certain things. It was a very it created a lot of chaos, trouble, difficulty. Um, and it's like once they cut something, it's like the idea of cutting something loose, instead of dragging something out. That's what it is. So, in the dragging out process, this person was put on a shortened leash, so they cut it the fuck loose. They're done. They're sick and tired of this shit. And so, uh, somehow, as if overnight, something's over with. It anything from like, I'm gonna see this project through and then I'm gonna leave. And, they've been applying for jobs and trying to do this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden they're like, I'm fucking done. And they just don't like Colin, I'm not showing up. I'm done. I quit. Immediately. Like something that normally could take a long time or again, it's a process. This could be a divorce, this could be leaving a job, it could be a fucking move, guys. A move can be a bit of a process. But also when you're sick and tired, you're like, screw it. Some people will dump shit and just they go, get in the car, go. I'm done. It's better if I go at this time. It's better if I do it at this time. But it's like somehow somebody feels like they're on a short leash. It's creating a lot of grievance for them, a lot of sorrow. Three of Swords. It's really chaotic. Chaotic. It's creating an internal battle, chaos, and it's like that's very difficult to keep your cup full when you're in that energy. Um, Four of Pentacles, I'm taking charge, earthly power. Four of Pentacles talks about whether to invest or not, whether to do something or not, whether to move forward or to hold back. It's kind of like that. There's a decision point. Um, being in a secure enough position to be able to make that decision. So what may have started out as being like a process is going to be cut short and severed and changed overnight. And that's the King of Swords, because the King of Swords is I'm fucking done. When somebody decides, period. When the King of Swords decides, he fucking decides. And he immediately takes action because otherwise it's just a thought. Remember, I always say this. Always remember, if you make a decision, there's some kind of action tied to it. Otherwise, it's just a thought. It's not a decision, okay? Um, he's done. He wants his 10 of cups. We got the 2 of cups over here. Okay. This could be as simple as like, again, something that's meant for them that very feels like their soul is calling. This is it's a highly favored wish, guys. Meaning like spirit's like, you do what is necessary. I'm gonna give you this immediately. Could be tied to what we just did. Could be, because spirit's waiting for somebody to fucking do something. But like over here, but not necessarily. I don't feel that tie, but I'm kind of like my brain's like, um, 6 of Cups, highly favored wish. Like spirit is aching to give it. They're like, I mean, we all pray for certain things and ask for certain things, and like, uh, you know, will I get it? And like, whatever this is, you ask, you shall receive, kind of a situation. But again, earthly power does 4 Pentacles reminds me of, but it is something that has to be done. There, like this severance has to happen in your 3D reality, your material world. Earthly power in your life, your environment. So something has to be severed. Uh, it's like ripping the band-aid off. Like just fucking rip it off. Why are we sitting here trying to rip it off? Like why are you elongating the process? You're literally putting yourself on a shortened leash. It's like fighting this love. Okay. Where we go? Okay. Yep. Ace of Wands, Page of Wands. A lot of passion, a lot of we were having this. Between the orange and the yellow, we're looking at sacral and solar. And it's not making noise now. So it's about having the confidence, the will, the determination to do something. Highly favored wish. But you got to do something. High Priestess. Two of Pentacles. Chariot. High Priestess. Spirit really wants this for you. Two of Pentacles. This is a choice. I'm just telling you. This is in order to move forward on a particular path. This isn't him and Han. It's putting your focus in one particular direction. Like, make a choice, make a decision, do it. Chariot. Everything aligns and moves forward. Okay. Highly favored. An all white fucking cat now. Yin and yang. Look, this chariot. All black. We'll just call it the all white. Page of Swords. In the last reading, we were like, you were looking for some kind of information. And they're like, I ain't telling you shit till you do what you're supposed to do, right? I'm not saying this does feel like communication. Of what? Of what? It's a lot. It's a lot. But we're gonna death. Some kind of difficulty. You get something overnight. Something ends so the other thing can begin. 10 of Wands. This idea of like you're making it harder than it has to be. You know, again, like, you know, like the 10 of Wands, like, like dragging your ass on something. Stop dragging your ass on something so it can begin already. That's the only reason why something has seemed like it's a drawn out process. I don't know why. This can be related to the Queen of Cups before, but I also feel a very masculine energy. Like this is supposed to be somebody that's like, I feel like a masculine energy is dragging their feet on like just finito, finishing something, severing something, cutting something completely off. They like they are creating their shortened force. I felt like I was talking to a very feminine energy last time, and this was like a very masculine energy for some reason. Saw the World card. That very well might be. I got travel with that. But if this resonates, it resonates. Like don't. What's in the page? 10 of Cups. Twice. Nine of Cups up here, the favored wish. Ace of Cups down here. When the ace joins the 9, it makes the 10. There's two sides to a situation. Both had loose ends to tie up. I will say with the feminine energy, it felt more like administrative, devil in the details, kind of like tying up loose ends. And for the whatever the masculine is, it feels like it was the complete severance of something. Like quit elongating a process, just cut it out. It does give the energy of, again, it could be work, like, but it's like the energy of where like you're taking a long time to leave a situation, like a past partnership, like a long drawn out uh, uh, divorce or a long drawn out like business partnership. You know how like they just take their time. They're like, yeah, but as long as it's there, you're on a shortened leash. Fucking Two of Cups. Yeah, this is yeah, and that's the second time because we already have the Two Cups out, right? So the idea is tomorrow. Whoever I'm reading for now, again, it feels like the person that's more on the masculine energy. Now, it could just be masculine energy because they finally do something about something, right? That Knight of Swords, King of Swords, taking fucking action. They decided. Has slowly but surely worked towards making some kind of transition or change. But the longer it takes, the more they feel like they're on a tight leash. And it's a situation that they're not happy with, and they make a sudden decision. Although it's not sudden, it just feels sudden because it's a complete 180. Like what they were going to give time to, like, oh, this can happen over. It's like they bring it into immediately. They cut cords, um, because there's a highly favored wish that they want. They want to move forward. Chariot. Like they thought they could do it, and they thought that was the best way. But whatever this is, they suddenly decide that they're over it, and they cut it off. Like it's too laborious. It 10 of wands with the 6 of swords, like this is too laborious. I can't fucking do this anymore. This is taking too goddamn long. I cannot stand this. I thought I'd be able to do this. I thought this would be the right way. I literally can't fucking stand it. I'm done. Like it's too much of a burden. Way too much. They're like, I'm cutting this loose. I'm not taking 10 years to do this. I'm not taking another month. Sun and moon. Okay. So what is the Page of Swords specifically? What is this information or communication? There somebody might get information on this. Like this information may come out one way or the other. Because I'm not seeing where the Page of Swords is directed to somebody. Like it's not ending up being given to somebody. It's like information just may come out about this. They're singing that the sun will come out tomorrow. There's something about tomorrow. So whenever you see this, there's something about tomorrow. You may receive, you may hear about something or get information about something. We had the sun and the moon. Lovers. Oh, Lord have mercy. God Almighty. Ace of Pentacles. Whatever this information, communication is, it marks a new beginning in somebody's life, like a whole brand new path. Who gets this information? Who's receiving this information? Who is it pertinent to? Nine of Pentacles. Ooh. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, Fool, Seven of Swords, Hanged Man. Queen of Cups needs to make sure that she takes care of loose ends. Because we had gotten earlier that a third party or a third energy would try to mar a new beginning. If the King of Swords decides to expedite a process, that's why Spirit's like, would you fucking take care of it, please? Would you get on this and take care of it, please? Because you may have been feeling like, whatever, I'll get to it whenever. And they're like, timeline has sped up because somebody is going, what we thought was going to take a little bit longer or was looking like we were all settled into a process that might take a little bit longer is going to be sped the fuck up because somebody's sick and tired of their short leash and they're cutting ties and they're moving away. And that then speeds up. Remember I said I felt something like you were running out of time. There was a countdown because when this buds, it's like it's an indicator that something's happening. This means whatever it is that you haven't done, you better get on it today, this week. This week, you need to get it done because you have felt like, and maybe energetically, you could tell that you had a little bit of time, and that's why you were dragging your feet, like a teenager. This could have been done by now, and you're like, whatever. And you wait till the last fucking minute, but they're like, get it done. Because again, these were the cards from the first reading, pathological demand avoidance reading, right? Where it's like somebody really, you take too long and they're going to be able to, like, whatever this King of Swords is cutting free from is the situation that wants to fuck shit up. Nine of Pentacles, like independent and free. Like this new beginning needs to be independent and free. Like who's getting this information is, I feel like the Nine of Pentacles reminds me of the Queen of Cups Empress energy. The badass bitch all on their own. Self-sufficient, independent energy. Because it kind of felt earlier also like the Queen of Cups was like a little bit like, well, what does it matter? It's, being drawn out anyways. And now it's not. So the second half of whatever situation this is deciding whatever decision they make, whatever severance they enact, speeds everything up for everybody. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Three of Swords, the third energy that wanted to muck shit up, that doesn't like it. Three of Swords showing up again with the Ten of Swords. They might be out for blood. They might be out for ruin. They might want to, they're not going to be happy. I guess maybe they felt that this process was gonna take longer as well? So it would be kinda like if you were leaving a job and, like, you thought you were gonna stay for till the end of the project, and then you decided to up and just bail on them before it's done? Oh, that's when they put their feelers out. So it may be like you should you need to hurry up and finish all the things that you need to do to get this new job, before they can kind of fuck it up. The old job can fuck it up by saying all kinds of shit because there's lies, deception, rumors, manipulation of perception, and things like that. So, um, okay, and it's kind of like whatever has to be done needs to be done because somehow removes their ability to have a say. Oh, that's what this is. That's what this is. Somebody gonna start speaking. Do what you gotta do for this situation so that you can stay hidden, so that you can stay free from catching strays, free and protected from the line of fire. Because whoever this King of Swords is separated, like whoever the king, like whoever is separating from a situation, will piss some people off, and they're going to maybe start talking, start saying something. There may be like information leaked, and it's like you got to stay behind the wall so that you don't catch any strays. And you might if you drag your feet any longer. The Strength card with the Knight of Swords again. This King of Swords feels very emboldened to do this now. And we kind of got that with the Four of Pentacles, like earthly power. Like they feel like they're in a very powerful position. They feel very like staying in the situation is worse than this could be the same person, guys. Right? Like this could be um the first reading was like your inner feminine, like being because that's the divine guidance, like you're supposed to you're trying to bring something into fruition, and like you're being guided and you're not, um and they're telling you to switch into your masculine and get this shit done. For others, this is about what feels like a scorned lover kind of situation. Like somebody was going to go through something slow, but it's almost like because they keep seeing me somebody yank on the leash for whoever this is, and so like the leash gets shorter and shorter and shorter, and it's putting somebody else, this other third party, this other whatever, in control. And it's kind of like choking the person. They're done. It's too much to deal with, and they're like, especially when you have a favored wish. So, alrighty. And again, for whatever feminine, like, I feel like the tasks you haven't done, it could be cleaning up, the house and stuff, but uh, or decluttering or whatever. But it feels more. Again, they keep giving me the idea of like administrative paperwork. um, or removing some kind of trail, like if you're leading a job, it's like get it all set up where things are no longer in your hands and everybody's up to date. Because I get like project management where like you send out your final report, you make sure everybody's on to par as to who's doing what with the other person, and so you leave like on a clean note. It's like or that you've completed the paperwork with the new job, you've filled everything else out. You like it feels like those kind of tasks rather than like finish the paperwork is what I want to say. For some, it may be like removing your information from online. If you're talking about somebody who is throwing out strays and stuff like that, and it's like you're supposed to take steps to kind of like protect yourself so that you are like, you know what I mean? Like you're moving, you're making moves, but it's like like a protected moving target kind of thing. It's like so that you don't catch any strays. Um because this is a lying, manipulative, deceitful energy, and so it's like, again, taking a tiny bit of a truth and twisting it. We have the 6 of Cups with the Moon. This is absolutely soul contract. Something about being unseen, making sure something goes unseen. Are we done? Sun will come out tomorrow. The Sun card. 8 of Wands, 9 of Cups. I feel like the sun represents the masculine. There again, Leo energy. It's gonna happen fast. Like again, we do again. We had the sun and moon come out earlier. Sun and moon, like the moon, very feminine energy, innocent in all of. Oh, I get it. So who like if this is a like multiple people, the Queen of Cups energy from the last one, very innocent in this situation. Because remember, I was like, there's a very innocent, pure, sincere. It was like an initiation that might get marred. That's what this is. It's kind of like the feminine energy is innocent in this, childlike, like unaware, oblivious, doesn't deserve any of that. But but again, things are coming to light. And whoever this other individual is may have a again, the sun is kind of like attention, like Leo energy is like they might have a lot of attention, and that might be the reason why somebody feels like they can mar something up. That's if this is like a weird ass soulmate love reading shit. Because Eh, 8 of Wands, very fast-moving communication. It can be communication, but it's very fast-moving. This is gonna like to the 9 of Cups. Like, here's the deal. As soon when this person decides to make, the Knight of Swords this shit, do that pivot, that change, and irrevocably cut something off, the favored wish comes in very expeditiously, very fast. It happens very fast. Okay. really fast. That's all I can say. I don't, you know what I mean? Oh, let's see here. Sacral, solar plexus, chakra, movement and confidence. For me, it's a job offer that will allow relocation and a new life. A short lease is a financial struggle. No shit. Mhm. That looks like family to me. We do have to sign papers relating to a division of a house. There you go. I'm glad you're understanding it for your situation. And this is the reason why. Like, I can only give so much because there's so many fucking scenarios, right? And so a lot of times, sometimes the examples I give are very exact, and sometimes it's to help you understand the energy of it, like how something could apply, but it isn't necessarily your specific scenario. But yeah, like this is administrative shit that needs to be taken the fuck care of. And you know what? That and for your situation, it feels like maybe this division of asset needs to happen because if they find out that you have something good going on, they might try to drag their feet and create issues for you that then stop you from being able to go forward with your good opportunity. So it's kind of like they're saying, fucking hurry up. And that might be why. And remember, I said in the first part of the read, they were like, we're not letting this come in. So if you've been waiting for something and it hasn't arrived, it's because you've not finished that fucking task first. Because if you don't finish that task first, it's going to fuck shit up for the new beginning. That's, you know what I mean? Because this third party, the other person that's in on this house, is going to create issues for you where you can't move forward. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes, they would love to shut. That's what they're gonna do. So you have to have that taken care of. That way they can't fuck with shit. You know what I mean? They because they might try to again. The Seven of Swords, drama, lies, manipulation, all kinds of dumb shit. That's what they'll do just to you know what I mean. And then it causes you not to be able to. And again, whatever this is, it's spiritually favored wish. And again, if it's a partnership, it's kind of like, hey, to me, what it feels like, and I'm just going to be honest, because I don't want to get too specific, because some people just hang on to that. But it's like the idea of a third party, like say somebody's going through a divorce, and you know, the other party thought that it was a process that was going to happen over time, and I don't know what they thought would come of that process. Like, well, we're gonna take a little bit longer, which means I have longer to find a place and I have longer to worry about finances and I can take my time with this, that, and the other. But in the process, they've been acting a donkey with the other person. And so the other person's like, you are fucking like creating too much of a problem for me. I'm done. I thought we could, be amicable about this. I thought we could, do it where it's mutually beneficial, but you're fucking shit up for me. I need to be done with this situation. And so then the other person gets really pissed because again, they thought either, I don't know if they thought they were going to get back with the person. I don't know if they thought that, they'd have longer to figure finances out or they'd have, but whatever it is, when it happens, it feels like if it's a love situation, like this person, this third energy is going to get so pissed that they're going to start throwing stones. And if they find anything that they could use against, because it feels like they're leaving a situation, a relationship, and dare they enter into a new one, that new person gonna catch strays, and they will. You know how people are right now. They're gonna look for anything to be able to say about you. And it doesn't have to be public, right? It doesn't have to be like on social media, but like what if this person like goes to so and so's family and is like this new person he's with and da, 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 and start spreading lies, start mucking shit up, right? So it's kind of like still making moves. Spirit's not saying for something not to happen, but like keep as much information hidden from this third energy because they're gonna pull some shit. It's kinda like that too. You know what I mean? And if they it's like, when there's a new person involved, like, they'll go looking them up. You know how this is. People joke about it all the time online, but it's really fucking what the fuck, where they're like, they will look up everything. Your mama, your cousin, your this, your that, and it's like, you need to clean your shit up and take care of things so that they can't talk shit about you, because, again, it feels like a little bit of truth with a whole bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? Um, Very manipulative in a way. So, yeah, like there's like moving in silence. And it's really just about setting yourself up for success, really. Okay. You're setting yourself up for success by taking care of certain things so they can't be used against you, really, is what it boils down to. So, um, the other party are like five people. Shit. Three of them are my figures. And look. So, so yeah, so and then the thing that you want is going to show up, but spirit is putting something on hold, and you may think, "Ugh, why does everything have to be on hold for this one? Why can't I still have this? Why do I got to take care of this beforehand?" Because spirit sees things you don't. Period, point blank. So, take care of business. Okay. Yeah. Again, and if you're questioning exactly what to do, or if you're like, I know to do this, but golly, like, is there something more I should do? It'll come to you. It'll come to you. Um, but if there's multiple things that you need to do, it's like, take care of this one first, and then I'll give you the other things that you need to take care of. Because something is going to turn on a dime really fucking quick. And, like, if nothing else, what spirit wants you to do, you need to have already initiated and not wait to initiate it after this change happens, this favored wish. So it feels like if it's a move, you got to take care of some shit beforehand. Don't try to take care of it after the move has already begun. If it's a relationship, take care of protecting yourself and your information ahead of time so that, you know, I mean, there's some, I don't know why I get like some people would, they brought up credit report, right? And so, like, I feel like I don't know if this person would attempt to pull some shit. This is a weird and off one, but it's like, what if they attempt to what if they like somebody would attempt to pretend to be you? Like, it feels very fraudulent, like, and get your credit information. Cause wow, this is a weird scenario. Like, tomorrow, like, oh, they're only with you because of X, Y, and Z. Like, if somebody is financially not good or their credit's bad, like, they'll take a bit of truth and then try to lie and manipulate the situation. Oh, the only reason they're with you is because of this. Did you know? Do you see how bad off this person is? And da da da. So you really think that they want to be with you, kind of thing? Because da da da. Like, this bitch is going to try to get info, and somebody needs to take care of business. So okay, right? Like, people be doing some shit. People only getting shadier and shadier. They got no shame. They out for themselves. So, all right. That is the message. I hope everybody has a fantastic, wonderful day. I hope it reaches who it's meant for. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.